Guys, welcome back to my channel. Shopante here, and we're going to be doing a movie review on the Clark sisters and you guys. The reason why I'm doing this review is because the movie was so good. I just need to tell y'all the tea, honestly, tell you my thoughts, and I also want to hear your thoughts as well in the comments below. If you're new here, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. If you're returning, make sure you do a thumbs up as well, and let's get into this video. Okay, y'all, so this video is a review, like I said before. If you don't know who the Clark sisters are, obviously you wouldn't click on this video. I'm just saying. But the Clark sisters are Detroit natives, Detroit born, and they are the best gospel group around, like, in time. They got hits after hits, and they are super talented. But they just put out a movie. I want to say it was like, what day was it? It was Saturday. They put out a movie called You Brought the Sunshine because that's one of their, top hits or whatever. But the movie was so good, y'all. Like, I said, let me make a video because I know people want to talk about it because everybody in my city, I'm from Detroit, so everybody in my city is talking about it. Okay, so let's just get into this video. The first part started off with basically like when they were younger, and the mom, Maddie Moss Clark, she woke them up to because she had a song in her head and she didn't want to lose it. So any musicians or singers out there, you know how it is. If you got a song, you want to immediately record it right then and there, or you're gonna lose it. So anyways, the movie started off with a throwback, basically going to when they were children, and the mom, Maddie Moss Clark, she had a song in her head and she didn't want to lose it, so she ended up waking them up in the middle of the night or early in the morning, whatever time it was, and had them come downstairs so that they could practice their parts that she had in her head. And so the one thing that stuck out to me was the fact that Twinkie, she basically was like, well, can't we all just sing one part instead of trying to learn all these other parts? That would be more easy. And she was like, did you just cuss in my house? Easy. No, we strive for excellence. And I was just like, wow. Like, this mama is hardcore. She don't play no games. Okay, so that was the first thought that I had. Now, being from Detroit, I've heard about Maddie Moss Clark, but I didn't meet her, obviously, and I didn't get a chance to experience what everyone was talking about. But based off the stuff that I heard, this movie was a perfect reflection of what I heard about her. So moving forward, they were a little bit older, and she had them, well, no. Was it? Sorry, y'all, because this movie was so crazy. It had some real key points. So I may jump around. It may not be in order per se. Okay, but let's talk about the next part that I can remember. And it was, they were in the room. They were a little bit older. They definitely were. And they were looking at their mom's records because apparently she sung. But the husband, the daddy, which is a pastor, might I add rather, and they were looking for her records under the bed and stuff, and she's like, oh, I wonder why mama hides them under the bed. And the sister was like, because daddy doesn't want her to do that, let alone he don't want us singing and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, I can see where this is kind of going. So boom, in comes the dad and the mom having a conversation. Now, Maddie was the, I want to say the international director, of the Kojic Church. So she basically was traveling everywhere. She was out, okay? She wasn't there on Sundays. Her and Twinkie, they both went. They weren't there on Sundays. And so the dad felt some type of way, told her that she basically needed to get it together, and then that it was a brunch coming up or something like that, and she needed to be there, and she told him that she couldn't do it. And when I tell y'all the disrespect that came out of that man's mouth, I was taken back, honestly, because in this day and age, marriages aren't the same. I can say my marriage ain't like that. Yes, you give your husband a certain amount of respect. He's the head. I get all of that. But this guy, he said, what I think I want to say he said, you're worthless to me, or you can't do anything for me, basically. And then he proceeded to basically beat her butt. And this part, I knew it was coming, so it didn't like really trigger me, but it was a shock. I was just like, oh, woo. It goes to show, like, you know, everything is not what it seems. Like, this is a bishop, this is the pastor, she is the first lady. Like, you never know what's going on in someone's home. That's why you should pray for people. It was just crazy, y'all. So anyways, Jackie, the oldest sister, she ended up coming home from work and she heard her mom screaming, you know, and she's like, oh, I'm not about to let him put his hands on her. Now, mind you, well, let me keep going. So she ends up going back downstairs because she called the police. And then the bishop, he came down and basically like choked her up and was like, you're not even my daughter, I want you out my house. And it was just so messed up. It was so messed up, y'all. Like, I didn't like that part at all, but you know, like I said before, you never know what's going on in families, and it was deep. So basically after that part, my mouth was wide open, like wide open. Y'all let me know down below, because I know that's a touchy, sensitive topic, but y'all let me know down below what you thought about that part. The next part that I can remember is the mom going to Jackie's job, because she did leave, she didn't stay. So she went to Jackie's job to tell her basically that she left the husband and that she want her to come back home, the house is theirs, you know, whatever. And I say kudos to her for leaving, because I know it's hard to, you know, leave your husband and do all that stuff, but it's better in the end for your kids, okay? And for yourself. And for yourself. So then after that, I want to say they were still, the Clark sisters were practicing, you know, as often as they did, singing everywhere. They ended up getting the record on the radio. I don't think it was #1. I'm not sure though, but they ended up getting their record on the radio. So they were going everywhere, like they were touring in a sense. And
pause. Let's talk about Denise.
Because they were going places, they were, you know, they were traveling and stuff like that. But Denise, she was the oldest under Jackie. Now, this is where it kind of gets a little bit more messy, because Denise was kind of mean in a sense, but so were the other sisters. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know everybody else probably like sugarcoating it and going around, but you know, sisters will be sisters. You get what I'm saying? So Denise wanted to go out one night while Mama was at work. I don't know what Mama was doing. She might have been asleep, something. And Jackie was in charge. And basically Denise was like, yeah, you're in charge of them, but I'm the oldest Clark. Because like I told y'all before, Jackie was not their sister from the same dad, but they all had the same mom. So that was strike one with that, because she really disrespected her. But she was just going out to go get her some. And if you've seen the movie, then you see how that ended her up, basically. But it was crazy, y'all. I'm so sorry. So that was kind of a turn off for me, just the way that they treated each other, as far as, you know, Jackie was the oldest and Denise was kind of off in that situation. But that did not deter me from getting to know her character or anything like that. So we move on, and eventually, I want to say, oh, I know what happened. Okay, baby girl came in late, Denise. She came in late from doing something that she wasn't supposed to be doing. Talking to Twinkie, because, you know, Twinkie was up writing songs and stuff. And the mom comes down and she's like, you know, basically, where you been? Or something like that. And Denise gets in her mom's face and says something out the way. But I really feel like they were grown, honestly. I mean, it probably was disrespectful, I'm not gonna lie. But basically, Mama Maddie slapped her. Denise was sad about it, but I mean, she kind of deserved it a little bit. So basically, they ended the night, went to bed. Woke up in the morning, and Dorinda, this is, I don't know, y'all, it was weird. She came down there to apologize to the mom and stuff, sit down and eat, and everybody was at the table and stuff like that. And then Dorinda was like, oh, can I pray? And she basically said a shady prayer, talking about how she gonna pull her sister's hair and stuff. Cause honest, I don't know what it was about their mom. For me, I felt like she was a little bit manipulative, that's the word. And they were fighting for who's to be the favorite, I want to say. Because yes, Denise was out of line, but for you to say, oh, you want to fight your sister during a prayer, like, this your big sister, baby girl, like, chill out. I guess speaking as an older child, the oldest child, I wish I would disrespect me, period. Anyway, that kind of threw me off. She ended up apologizing to the mom, but she was saying, like, you know, it's other stuff that she wanted to do, but her mom wasn't really trying to hear it. So anyways, moving forward, they were still touring and stuff like that. Denise ended up getting pregnant because, like I said, she was out here being fast. But I heard something else about that, but I'm not gonna gossip about that because I don't know that to be a fact. So we just move past that part. She definitely got pregnant. And Dorinda called her selfish. So that was strike 2 for me with Dorinda. I love Dorinda, don't get me wrong, but that was strike 2 for me for her. Okay. And then what happened, y'all? Dorinda got proposed to. They ended up going to this choir rehearsal, and you know, the famous throwing shoe scene. The girl was chewing gum, and Maddie was like, oh, you off, I'm about to throw the shoe at you. Basically, that's really what just happened. Okay. I'm trying to think of another situation that happened, y'all, because the movie was so, they really told us stuff that you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Basically, a lot of them got married. Dorinda got married, I believe, but Jackie got married first, right? I want to say Jackie got married first. Then Dorinda, then Karen got hooked up with J. Drew Sheard Sr. And it was interesting, guys. It really was interesting just to see how everybody was leaving and, you know, doing their own thing and stuff like that. But they were all still in the group or whatever. I want to say that years passed at this point, and they were going to go sign a record deal. This is like a key point in the movie. They went to go sign a record deal, and basically Denise asked her mom, because she watched the grandkids, because she had somewhere to be, or a doctor's appointment. She had a doctor's appointment because she was pregnant again. And let me tell you, okay, because I'm pregnant again, and I can only imagine how she felt, honestly. So her mom was like, you gotta take care of your own kids. I gotta live, basically, I gotta have a life too, Jody. Like, that's basically what I got from it. And it rubbed Denise the wrong way, this is how they portrayed it. I don't really know the situation, okay? But she basically didn't end up signing the contract. Dorinda called her selfish again. That was strike 15, you know. So I'm just like, you know, I don't know, something off about this family in a sense. But like I said, every family has their own things. Siblings have rivalries. Thank you. Siblings have rivalries, all of that. Like, you know, that's normal family stuff. But stuff doesn't get shown because you have to have a certain standard in the church. You got to represent a certain way. You can't have no problems. You know, that's how it's presented in the church. And it's not like that, guys. You can't have problems. You just take it to God, okay? The next part, Denise wasn't in the group anymore. She basically was kind of shunned from the family. She didn't talk to the mama no more. She didn't talk to the mom after that. Then Twinkie, baby girl out of nowhere, got a boo, okay? And her mom was not happy about it. She left the group. Her mom, like I said, her mom was not happy about it at all. And she wanted her to stay. So Twinkie came by just to say bye to her before she left, you know, with her new husband and stuff like that. And this part was so messed up to me because I feel like maybe the mom knew something that we didn't know as far as the movie portrayed about the husband. And she's, you know, telling her not to go. I feel like the mom kind of like guilt tripped them a lot. And it was crazy. But the thing that was messed up was when the husband came in to take his wife away from the mom. Like he pushed her in this movie. Now I heard it was worse, okay? He pushed her. And I said, oh no. Oh no. And you about to go to that, Twinkie? Oh, Oh. So the fact that he pushed the mom Later on, we find out basically like he wasn't no good. He was in it for her money, basically, because he knew she was talented. She was in this good group. She should have been making all this money, basically. It was sad, y'all, because it was sad. That was sad to me. I think I missed the part when they went to the Grammys and, you know, the mom was up there singing and dancing with him, and apparently that was shunned. Apparently that was frowned upon at in that church, and so they were going to take her title from her, so she had to stop performing with her, you know, her kids and stuff. And she didn't really want to do that because I believe that was one of her dreams, you know. So that was crazy. And then so all the kids left, basically. Jackie, you know, would come by and come see her and stuff like that, but she ended up getting sick. Like, she had diabetes. I believe that she had diabetes. And like, this scene, I knew it was coming because I knew that she passed. So it was sad to see, okay? So something ended up being wrong with her leg, and Jackie ended up taking her to the hospital. Basically, she ended up like, this was about to be it type of deal. And it caused them to have like a breakdown, which I can definitely understand. Anybody who's been through death or seeing your loved one die, which I have, I've experienced that. I didn't see her getting into details. My grandma, she passed. I didn't witness her take her last breath, but we were there her last days, like at the hospital, singing with her, praying with her. So I understand definitely how they feel, and I understand how they can all break down and have nervous breakdowns, and I can understand it all. So basically their mom died. Twinkie had a nervous breakdown because she wasn't able to go see the mom before any of this happened. I'm not sure if anybody called her or anything like that. Denise definitely did not see the mom, and so it was just, who was it? Jackie, Dorinda, and Karen who were able to, you know, see her and stuff like that. Dorinda, she took it really hard, so she wanted to go commit suicide, but then, you know, God stopped her. He said something to her and brought her on back. And you know, if you've never experienced depression like that or suicidal thoughts, then you really wouldn't get how powerful that scene was. But it was very powerful, and yeah, I'm really thankful for the movie, honestly. Mental health is important, so take care of yourself if you have not. If you're going through something, I'll put a number in the description. I'll put a number up here. If you want to do something, talk to someone. So anyways, eventually it goes on to the funeral, and this is where it gets kind of messy again. And this is why I say I was kind of looking at, you know, I was looking at them a little sideways, just a little bit, because yeah. So first of all, I don't even think that they invited Denise to the funeral. And when she got there, she walked up, you know, to go say something about her mom. They were like, who called her up here? Who invited her? Like, as if that wasn't her mom, you know. And it was really shady to me. I didn't like that, y'all. But, you know, that might have not been the case. I mean, it is on video, though. Like, real video. So, she gets up there and she talks about, you know, the mom and stuff. She brings all 7 of her kids up there. And she lets it be known, like, you know, these are my kids. You know, the ones that my mom tried to basically make me hide. And basically they went up there to go get her, like, oh, you're not about to ruin my mama's funeral. So at the end of the day, you know how the families go get in the cars and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, or the funeral, they went to go get in the family cars and stuff like that, the limos, to go wherever they were going, the cemetery or whatever. Excuse me. Denise tried to get in the car with everybody else. Now Twinkie was at the funeral too. She tried to get in the car with the other sisters. They also have a brother. I don't know if you guys know that, but they do have an older brother. Dorinda and Karen, who else is part of that little crew? Dorinda, Karen, and Jackie. They were basically they was like, oh no, you can't ride in the car with us. Now I thought that was very, very disrespectful. Now a lot of people might think that Denise going up there saying her truth about her mom was disrespectful, but how else was she supposed to get it out? You know, she didn't get to see her mom. You get what I'm saying? And I thought that was shady because they basically treated her like she was not part of that family, and that was messed up. Just period. Y'all let me know. Am I wrong? I'm crazy. Y'all seen that part, right? So I'm thankful that Twinkie was like, you know, was it Twinkie? Or was it Jackie? I don't remember who it was, y'all. But it was like, I'll ride in the car with you. I'll ride in the other car with you. Because that's what you're supposed to do with your sisters. Okay? Because, sorry. That goes to the part, back to the part when Dorinda was like, oh, sorry, y'all. You make it hard to love you, Denise. And Denise said back, like, I don't think it's hard to love you because y'all my sisters. So, woo, woo. Anyways, that, like I said, that was a touching part of the movie. It really got your emotions going. Like, my mouth was literally, it was on the floor, y'all. Nothing else, like major parts that stood out to me. But I do want to say the acting was phenomenal. Okay, the acting was phenomenal. The singing was amazing. You brought the sunshine in my life. You are the lifeline. Save my life. Kiara really did her thing. I don't know these other people's names. Like, I don't know how to pronounce them. So, like, I want to say her name is Shalea Frazier. She killed that Dorinda part. She sounded just like her. The lady that played Jackie, she looked just like her. The lady that played Twinkie, she looked like her, but she also looked like Jill Scott. So it was kind of confusing because I just didn't know what was going on. And then the lady that played Denise, I thought everyone did so well. Like, seriously. And the lady who played the mom, honestly, it was scary to see how much she looked like her. Like, I was like, what's going on? Like, even like, I don't know if y'all remember the part where she had her glasses off and she was laying in the bed because she was waiting on Twinkie to call her, I think. Literally, that looked like that lady's eyes. It scared the mess out of me. I'm not even gonna lie. But it was phenomenal. It really was. I would have watched it again. I would watch it again just so I could learn all the parts. It's like one of those type of movies, honestly. Man, y'all, it was good. So let me know in the comments below what you thought about the movie, how it was for you. Would you watch it again? You want a part 2? Somebody suggested that they make a series out of it. Now, I would look at that, but I feel like it would become way too messy and it would tarnish their name, I think. So y'all let me know if y'all think that's a good idea or what, because I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyways, if you made it this far in this video, I thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you hit that like button. Also, if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. What are you waiting on? If you hear any of that noise in the background, that is my kids, y'all. I just gotta make it do what it do, okay? Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.